Normally. Slightly higher. Slightly higher ang PCs. Pero, when we look at the spinal level, parehas lang nasa S2 pa lang. So, same at S2, pero mas mataas lang ng konti ang PCs. Let's say, nandito lang siya. Nandito yung PCs, nandito yung ASIS. Kaya pag pinag-take natin sabay ang PCs at saka ASIS, medyo nakaganon. Let's say ASIS yung nasa harap, PCs yung likod. Medyo nakaganon yung patient lang. Konti, normal pa siya. Pero, kapag nagkakaroon na ng excessive rotation, let's say, right. Right ASIS is lower than the left. Ano po yung nagiging problem ngayon? Right ASIS is lower than the left. So, nag-rotate itong pa ganun. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng anterior pelvic tilt. However, here's the question. Ito ba talaga ang may problema? O yung kabila ba na naka-posterior pelvic tilt? Yan ngayon ang question natin. Or, what if? So, yun yung para po sa tilting muna. Gets po ba natin yung sa tilting? Kunyari, ASIS is higher than the PCs on the right. What do we suspect here? We are suspecting a posteriorly tilted pelvis on the right or an anteriorly tilted left pelvis. So, yun po yung mga sinususpect natin ngayon. Later on, we will confirm kung ano ba talaga yun. This functional side. This functional side. But aside from the rotation, ano pa po ba yung pwede natin malaman dito sa area na to? Pwede natin malaman yung tinatawag natin flaring. Kaya may mga in-flare and out-flare tayo. So for in-flare and out-flare, our reference point is the umbilicus and the two ASISes. Dapat equal lang ang distance ng ASIS right and ASIS left from the umbilicus. Normally. So, pwede namang strict measurement yan. Gamit muna tayo ng tape measure. Or pwedeng approximation using yung Dunkal system. So, malalaman natin siya ngayon. What if hindi na equal? Let's say, nandito yung umbilicus, nandito yung ASIS, nandito yung ASIS. One is closer, one is farther. If the ASIS here is closer, meaning, imagine the pelvis, closer yung ASIS dito, medyo gumanon siya. Medyo nakapaloob yung flaring niya. Yan tinatawag natin in-flare. But if the ASIS is farther, that is the out-flare. The question is, paano kung may in-flare dito? Siya ba ang problem ko? Siya ba ang dysfunctional side? Or baka naman ito? So again, we have to confirm it later on. So, the third thing is, paano kung ASIS on the right is higher than the left, PCs on the right is higher on the left. Ulitin natin. ASIS on the right, higher than the left, PCs on the right, higher than the left. Ano meron? Mas mataas yung isang side, mas mababa yung isang side. Ngayon, yung mas mataas na side na to, yan yung tinatawag natin upslip. Yung mas mababa naman, yan yung tinatawag natin downslip. But here we go again with the question. Sino na naman ang dysfunctional side? Si upslip ba? O si downslip? Di ba napaka-relative? Hindi natin malaman ngayon kung sino ba talaga sa dalawang to ang dysfunctional side. Kaya, papasok na po itong mga dynamic tests natin, which are the forward flexion test and the seated flexion test. For the forward flexion test, we are actually evaluating ilium on sacrum, whereas on seated flexion test, we are evaluating sacrum on ilium. So dito, I on S, dito S on I. Ano ibig sabihin niya nito? For the forward bending test, the action of the ilium relative to the sacrum, meaning the movement of the ilium, is the real problem. But for the SNI, it is the movement of the sacrum that is the culprit. So, kailangan din natin malaman kung magpa-positive ba siya dito or magpa-positive din ba siya dito. So, before we go to this, I think it's also important to understand first the concept of mutation and counter-mutation. So, when we say mutation, what happens to the sacrum? Mutation. Here is the sacral promontory. Yung pinakataas niya, yung base niya. Nandito naman yung part na nag-articulate na sa coccyx. So let's say this is anterior, this is posterior. Kapag mutation, what happens to the sacrum? The upper border goes forward. So that is mutation. Whereas for counter mutation, the upper border goes backward. And normally, the action of the sacrum normally is opposite than that of the pelvis. So, during mutation, if the topmost part of the sacrum moves forward, what should happen on the pelvis? Posterior tilting, normally. Whereas, if we are having a counter mutation, normally what happens is a forward movement of the pelvis. So, yun yung nangyayari sa kanya. But, aside from that, ano pa yung ibang event na nangyayari? Kapag mutation, nagkakaroon ka rin ng approximation ng dalawang iliac crests. Nagkakaroon ka ng approximation ng dalawang iliac crest, and ischial tuberosity separates from each other. Again, during mutation, iliac crest approximate, ischial tuberosity separates from each other. How about for counter mutation? Iliac crest separates, very small lang naman yun, hindi na talaga excessive, and ischial tuberosity approximates. So, parang ano lang yung clue ko dyan? Ito yung madalas kong ginagawa lang dyan. Mutation, imagine this is sacrum, the topmost part of the sacrum. And ito yung iliac crest ko. So, kapag mutation, movement forward, approximate, ito, hiwalay. So, pag ganun. Diba? Kapag counter mutation, pag ganun. So, posterior, anterior, kanina, posterior, anterior, nag-posterior to, nag-anterior to, tapos pag ganun. Diba? So, nag-anterior rotate yung pelvis ko, iliac crest, ischial tuberosity, patalikod na, tapos patalikod pa yung head of sacrum ko. So, pag ganun lang. So, counter mutation, parang I'm asking for a blessing. Parang ganun lang. Counter, yan lang yung tatandaan ko dyan eh. Counter mutation. Okay na siya. At least yung opposite yun na nangyayari yung mutation. So, yun pa yung isang movement na kailangan din natin malaman dito. So, we also need to palpate for the sacrum, baka mamaya mutated siya or counter mutated siya. So, now let's start with the forward bending test. So, iyan. For the forward bending test, we have to palpate for the PCs. And we should have a common reference point on the PCs. If, for example, this is the PCs, saan ba dapat tayo magpapalpate? On the tip, above, or below? Actually, kahit saan. But you have to be uniform. Kung sa test na to, sinimulan ko siya sa baba, dapat when I compare it later on, sa baba pa rin ang reference point ko. Hindi ako magbabago. Kung sa tip pa rin ako. But the thing is, for me personally, mas madali sa baba. Kasi pag nasa tip, naiiwan tayo minsan ng movement. Pag nasa top, mahirap din siya kapag gumagalaw na yung patient. Kaya mas comfortable ako kapag ginagawa ko siya below the PCs. So, I'll just palpate for the PCs, punta akong bababa lang ang konti sa kanya, and first, I will check for the level. So,
Nagaling mo na lang.
para comfortable. Yan, nandito na ako sa pieces. Ngayon, dito na po tayo banda sa likod. Pupunta ako sa medyo inferior part ng